We are the keepers of the flame, the sacred order. Let the ceremony begin. And today, Big Black Lights, we take a look at these. And what these are from Flashpoint, it is their Peach Trio. So we have Peachanero, Screaming Banshee, and Grim Peacher. We're going to take a little bit of time with this. This is the first ever triple review for the channel and for the blog. Blog came first, of course, as usual. So, I love these labels. These labels are fantastic. I love this little breathing fire pepper dude right here. I think that is pretty cool. These sauces, among other things, have been suggested to go on some desserts, which we will certainly test. All right, let's take a look here at, okay, come on. Okay, let's take a look here at the old ingredients. So, every ingredient on here is the same except for the pepper across all three sauces. We start with a peach puree, go to apple cider vinegar, which thankfully does not show up here as a flavor profile. Go to Fireball whiskey, then to light brown sugar. So, there's a peach, I believe a peach and brown sugar oatmeal. This kind of reminds me of that, the instant oatmeal. We've got red habanero, pepper mash. We've got granulated garlic, kosher salt and spices. So everything except for the red habanero pepper mash is the same as we go into the Screaming Banshee. So let's just take a little look here. This is a good label. We have it looks like a nice red habanero that is actually got a stem as a fuse inside of a peach. Very cool. I dig it. I love these labels. These labels are fantastic. So here we've got a Screaming Banshee. Very outstanding arty representation of a Screaming Banshee. I love this. This is my favorite of the sauces. Not my favorite of the artwork, probably second favorite for the artwork, but I think this is really, really good. This one I think is cool. This is probably my least favorite sauce and artwork. So, okay, so once again, we take a look here at the labels, and as you can see, it's all the same except for ghost pepper mash. Right. And then we move on along, and I've tried to keep these pretty equal. You can see I wound up using a little bit more of the Reaper than the Peachanero, and a little bit more of the Ghost than the Peachanero as well. Let's go back, though, to taking a look at this, the Grim Peacher. By far my favorite label. Look at this. This is wonderful. So the Reaper is implied in the name as the Grim Peacher here. I love this. This is just a wonderful play. It is fantastic label design. This graphic is outstanding. There you can see the Psy. We've got, or sickle if you prefer. I guess sickle's more curved. That's a Psy. But we've got, I love this. This is just a great, great, great label. All right, so on to the old ingredients. And as we have now seen, for the third consecutive sauce, everything is the same except for the Carolina Reaper Pepper Mash. All right. So, this is why I don't do triples a lot, because I don't know how I'm going to hold all three spoons, but I might have to get a little crafty. A little crafty, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here is the Peachanero. And as you can see, it is got a very nice orangish brown sort of color to it. Can't see a lot of the particulates in this. Very, very nice looking though. Sort of light orange into a light brown. I like this color. I like this coloration a lot. All right, let's do the Reaper next, so I can try to keep my fanciness going here. All right, so this one, a little bit darker orange. There are more bits of pepper, what looks like more bits of pepper in there. I don't know if that's the case. I might just be dreaming. Who knows? You see, though, it is to me anyway, a little darker orange, a little darker brown. We'll compare all of these, of course. But they're, to me, it looks like it anyway. That garlic note just, it reads pretty well on the hotter sauces. So definitely make sure you like garlic if you're coming to the party here. All right, and here is the Screaming Banshee, the ghost pepper. This one, I would say, is a little bit more towards brown, possibly, than orange. Still got orange there. It's not. It is kind of between these. So let's see here. Okay. All right. Can I do this without dumping it everywhere? I don't know. Okay. Here we go. There they are in order. From left to right, we have Peachanero, then the ghost pepper, and I'm getting in the light so you can't see the color. Okay, and there's the Reaper at the end. More similar than not, certainly between these middle two. The Peachanero still looks a little bit lighter to me, though. So, all right, I got to figure out how we're going to... I'm just going to do the flavors one by one. We'll do them in order of hotness. So, let's start with the Peachanero. Okay. A little bit of heat. Definitely getting the cinnamon from the fireball there. A little bit of peach. A little bit of brown sugar, a little bit of garlic, by itself, that is definitely the one where you get the most of the whiskey. So you get a lot of that cinnamon hit there. I don't, I'm going to admit it, I don't love this sauce here. This one, if you're a fan of cinnamon and garlic, you probably like it better than I do. It's not bad, certainly, but I definitely like the other two better. All right, so this is the Screaming Banshee, the ghost pepper. There we go. Well, that's good. This is a very, very good sauce. For me, the best tasting of the lot, and it's got a nice roundness to it where I can get some of the peach. I'm getting the really, really nice bit of smokiness there from the super hot. So I'm getting the super hot aspect. I'm getting some of the garlic. I'm getting a little bit of the peach, as well as that light brown sugar works really well in there. I mean, this is actually a sauce I would consider getting again. The cinnamon is definitely played down a lot more in this one. It's just this is a more cohesive sauce. Definitely, this is my favorite of them. Okay, and then here we go with Mighty Reaper, the Grim Peacher. Notably hotter. Definitely more of a garlic hit. A little bit of sweetness. The peach is somewhat lost in this one, and to a degree in this one as well. It doesn't show up super strong in here, but this one is definitely more. The sum is greater than the whole of the parts with this middle one, and I think it works better. This one is definitely though much hotter than the other two. So, all right, and so I don't do a lot of triple reviews because I feel like they're a little bit hard to manage when I'm doing them in the normal style. But with the blog, I try not to repeat myself word for word. And because these are only one ingredient apart, that's really what I would have been doing. I would have just been cut, paste, boom, cut, paste, boom. To me, there's not really a lot of value in there to be doing stuff like that. So that's kind of why I went with the triple, but also is why I don't do those very often. Just because with sets, it's easy because I know I'm probably not going to be keeping the whole set. With full bottles, doing it as a mini review, I debated that for a while too. It just didn't make a whole, I guess, ton of sense. Because these are all definitely named products as well. So Flashpoint has been around, I think, for a while. I don't know how long they've been around, but I think they've been around for a while. So here's the other side. See, just more stuff to manage. All right, let's go. So we're going with these nice chicken strips I found at the grocery store, and they do a pretty decent job of. I think these are made in store. They're pretty good. So definitely fruit-based sweet hots. This is a great application for them. So again, we're getting a lot of more cinnamony notes here. And a little bit of peach. I mean, if you watch this channel or you read the blog enough, you know I'm not really so much a fan of booze in hot sauces. I think the end result's always a little questionable. But definitely the cinnamon is coming across a lot more than any sort of whiskey aspect to it. Okay. Not bad. Not bad. That one's probably my least favorite of these, but if you want to get a sense, a little bit more of the peach and the cinnamon, peach and pineapple, the peach and the cinnamon, Peachanero is a good starting point. Really low key heat on that one. All right, now we're on to the Screaming Banshee. These chicken strips are outstanding. That is a good sauce. I really wish I didn't taste cinnamon, but I'm getting a lot more of the peppers combined with the peach and the brown sugar. What's interesting, okay, is a lot of times when I do these videos, when I have the sauce plain, it changes fairly dramatically depending on what I put it on. These, though, are pretty much in line with my impressions, just having it straight. It is a fairly forceful, fairly bold flavor sauce, which is both good and bad. I mean, it's good that it stands up, but it's also bad that it stands up. Because I'm not a big fan at all of cinnamon on stuff like pizza. And it just kind of, it dilutes the flexibility a bit for me. None of these are really super sweet, although actually I think this middle one reads a little bit sweeter than the other ones. Oddly enough. The Screaming Banshee is by far the best of them in terms of flavor. And I think that these two had wound up with the same overall cumulative rating just because this Reaper is notably hotter. Bit more bitter. It's kind of circling almost back to being more reminiscent of the Peachanero, oddly. Nice bit of sweetness to this, though. Getting a lot of cinnamon. A little bit of garlic. Definitely a step down from the Banshee. Alright, well, I did mention that there's meant to be desserts here as well. So, let's try something. Pie and ice cream. Alright. So, we got peach pie. Peach pie, vanilla ice cream. Take a little look-see. Looks good, right? Nice vanilla bean ice cream. And let's just, here we go. There's some on there. Peachanero. And a little of that old Screaming Banshee action coming at me. Yes, indeed. And last but certainly not least, the Grim Peacher. And we'll see if this is sweet enough to work as a dessert sauce. Each one of these. Oh, the lengths to delicious yumminess I go through for you guys. All right. Let's start with just frying the peach pie by itself. Not bad, not quite sweet enough. Let's try it with the ice cream. Oh, yep. Whoa. This is quite nice on ice cream. Alright, we'll have them together. Yep. That's a sweet spot, so to speak. Not the best peach pie I've ever had. But I like it better than I did on the chicken. Okay. The Screaming Banshee. I don't like it on the pie by itself. Wow. Try that ice cream. Yeah, much better on the ice cream. Let's try them together. I'm getting hits of garlic. I don't think it works. It's not bad ice cream, but the Peachanero is a lot better. So if you're looking for a dessert sauce, Peachanero is probably the way to go. I don't usually buy hot sauces for dessert sauces because I'm not a big dessert guy. So this is still my favorite of the lot in terms of flavor, but it really doesn't work here. Like, surprisingly. So getting lit up a bit here. All right. Yeah, that's this does have a nice build to it. I think I might need to re-rate that one in terms of heat, actually. That does have a significant build to it. Okay. Here we go with the Grim Peacher Pie Solo. Oh, nope. Oh, nope. No. Well, super hots are not good on just the pie. I mean, the Peachanero wasn't particularly either, but it was definitely better than these two. Okay, let's try the Grim Peacher on the ice cream. Yeah, it's just these have such an interesting cancellation effect because they are way too much on the savory side. This one is it's better on the ice cream, but it still isn't really that good. This is honestly a bit of a struggle. I don't like how this is going together at all. But we're certainly not going to let this go to waste. Maybe we'll get a bit of punchiness out of it. No, baby, we will. That's an interesting dynamic too, where you get a little bit of cancellation with the peppers and the alcohol, but there's still enough left, even with eating it on ice cream. There's still enough left to get a really solid charge out of a burn of it. Ooh, all right. Chicken strips, half a pie. I hope you enjoyed this while it's here. I'm not going to be doing too many of these triples. Ah, wow. Solid, solid bit of mouth heat, I gotta say. Here's the other side, is that it's a lot of food, but trying to fit 3 sauces into the space where normally one would go as far as time, it just gets to be a little tricky. Fortunately, these, like I said, are pretty much, they're not identical, but they're more the same than not, I guess I would say. And This just seemed like the best way of doing it. It was kind of fun. I see I've used a lot more now of the Ghost than anything else, so it's caught up, caught up to the Reaper. Both of them are a lot. I've used a lot more than this. All right, so this is an interesting spin on a Peach Sweet Hot, and the Screaming Banshee is a really solid sauce. I like this one a lot. Definitely, this one is way punchier. This one, more on the cinnamon. That's probably why it worked better on that pie. A little bit more on the sweeter, dessertier side of things. This one, these two tend to have more of a garlic read to them. Almost to the point where it becomes a bit much. And it kind of vacillates a little bit, I think, between cinnamon and garlic as the flavors that read more steadily, as opposed to a peach, as opposed to a pepper, even as opposed to the light brown sugar. And I think it's an interesting spin on a fruit-based peach sweet hot sauce, but I'm not sure that it always works particularly well. I do like I love the idea of experimenting. I think this is a really cool way of doing it too. Is you come up with a base that you're really happy with, and I'm assuming Flashpoint's happy with the base because I've used it 3 times here. And then you just kind of let each pepper take it away to kind of contrast and meld and flow with the various flavors and see what you have coming out of it. This is a really good way to also amply highlight and demonstrate the differences between a habanero and a ghosty and the Reaper. Habanero, I'm not always a super fan of the flavor. I think it does okay here, though. This one definitely really sort of amplifies just why ghosties are such a phenomenally great pepper. This sauce goes a long way towards demonstrating that when you have them all side by side like this. This one, certainly Reapers, the more I have them, the more I admire them. I think they're a really solid pepper. I enjoy them quite a lot. They're definitely unlike anything else, though. They're kind of in their own sort of category as far as I'm concerned. Well, with me personally, but so if I was going to rank them in terms of flavor, Banshee, Grim Peacher, and then Peachanero in terms of heat, Peacher, Banshee, Peachanero. In terms of dessert, definitely this one's the best of the 3. Purely from a dessert standpoint. These are better on savory stuff. But again, you're really looking at white meats, preferably, and preferably breaded ones, I think is really where those come out the best. Otherwise, you get kind of these stray elements that for me personally, I just don't love that much. I don't love cinnamon, and I do like garlic a lot, but I don't buy hot sauces so I can taste garlic. So I don't love it being that far forward, I guess, in the mix as far as these two go. But definitely a really fun experiment, and Flashpoint might be another company that I wind up trying to go through their entire lineup. I know they've got some other ones. I think they have some condiments as well. I'm going to try to get my hands on those. So, really good showing. Like I said in the written review, which is available down in the description below, these are among the best labels of any hot sauce maker out there. So, kudos to them for that. But there it is. The Flashpoint Peach Hot Sauces, the Peachanero, the Screaming Banshee, and the Grim Peacher. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.